is your girl Cavell with MadFlavortv here at the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation's Can We Talk event surrounding mental health. It's a topic that Taraji P Henson is passionate about, I am passionate about, and after this episode, you'll become very passionate about as well. Make sure you stay tuned. Hi, this is Cavell with MadFlavortv. We are here with Ephraim Blue. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Awesome. And yourself?
I'm great. So I hear you're one of the honorees tonight. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I'm in a state of shock. I'm just Ephraim Blue from the west side of Chicago that work with my babies with restorative practices, and I'm in awe. I'm in shock. I do what I do not for the reward, but I do what I do because I love our babies, and the rewards are great when I can leave the parking lot of the school and know that I've helped a student in some way. It's amazing.
So tell us a little bit about the work you're doing to help these babies.
I am the restorative coordinator for Shy Arts. Shy Arts is the Chicago High School for the Arts, and restorative practice. What I do is I offer a sanctuary called the Peace Room, and instead of kids throwing hands, they could come to my Peace Room and we conflict resolve. So I'll have talking circles or peace circles. If a student curse out at a teacher, the teacher can request a mediation in the peace room, and I bring those two together and they can conflict resolve. And in a lot of cases we find that it's never the what but the why. It's never what they did but why they did it. And 9 out of 10 is something that happened before they even got to the school. Somebody got shot last night. I'm in Chicago, so somebody got seriously hurt, or mama didn't come home, or whatever the case, or they didn't have enough bus money to get to school, so they had to walk. So we find out what the why is, and we work with the students to help them to be successful. We ask the questions. What do you need to help you to be successful for the rest of this day? Because it could be something different the next day. So that's what I do, giving our babies a voice to be able to conflict resolve. Now it's to the point now where the students come to me in groups. The freshmen don't like the sophomores, so they come to me, hey, we need the peace room. And sometimes they actually exclude me from mediation because they're able now to sit down and hold these conversations and resolve their issues. So it's my prayer and my desire that that this can leave the four walls of the school and go out to the neighborhoods, and conflict resolve will be different. It could be through words instead of through fists and gunfire.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you're doing, and congratulations on your award tonight. You're welcome. We are here with Dr. Stewart tonight. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
So you are the keynote speaker tonight. What message are you going to share with us?
Stigma is killing our people. That's the basic message for tonight. We can do better, and thanks to people like Taraji P. Henson speaking out and setting the stage for us to have this dialogue, an open dialogue about something that frightens people, that people run from, but it's killing us. This is a good first step, but we can do better.
And it is the first step, but what do we do after this? Because as always, we have the big events, but then after everything falls to the wayside and we don't have any more movement. So how can we move forward and make sure we actually do something?
There is actually movement. We're hoping that by joining forces with groups like the American Psychiatric Association, the Black Psychiatrists of America, and other professional organizations that have been working on eliminating stigma in mental illness, we're hoping that the celebrity standing that Taraji P. Henson brings, along with the professional information that we have to share, will be the magic bullet that will help move the community along.
And we also hope that you guys in the media will help spread the word so that we can educate our people and heal our people.
And especially with our children, because they're coming up right now, and I feel like they don't talk as much as they should. So we need to lead the example and make them feel it's okay to share their story with us, no matter what it is.
Yeah, we need to shut off the devices and talk. We have to do that. Our children are hurting between cyberbullying and all of the social media attacks and everything. They're being traumatized, seriously traumatized. And as citizens, as adults who are responsible for these young minds, we've got to be better at helping them learn how to share their feelings with us so that we can help them.
Hi, we are here with Traci Braxton. How are you today?
Fine, trying to behave myself.
You look fabulous. So, in regards to mental health, what do you see as being the main problem in the Black community with just the stigma of, where we can't talk about it because of, just all the stigma that's around it?
Oh, the stigma thing about our Black community is a covered wagging and going to a counselor, sitting there and talking to someone. That doesn't make you crazy. That's just letting your outlet, your cup run over, so you can go out and just empty your cup. Why would you harbor that? We were so taught of us, okay, no, don't tell nobody what's going on in that house. Whatever's going on in that house is going on in that house. No, you have to go and you have to talk to someone. Because if you harbor that in your soul and your heart, then who are you? So who good are you? But also, you can't do anything for anybody.
Another balance to go with it is, one thing I think about the Black family is the male is taken out, and then it leaves that unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at it and you look at the youth, they come up in this world of they're lost. So one thing, I met Traci working with youth, and that was like 30 years, 20 years ago, 20 plus. And the bottom line is with that is, we've always bounced things off each other, because she grew up with a family. I grew up in a single family home, and me and her, we always balance each other. And when people say, how does this marriage work? We bounce things off each other, and then we help others. I work with veterans now, and I'm in the mental health field, and we've always worked with kids. Traci come in through our nonprofit and teach kids mind development, to get them to see life in a different perspective, because they have a lot of mental needs. That's where the mental health come in. So that's what it's all about.
On a different note, we see you rocking the purple here today. Is that paying homage to Prince because today's his birthday?
You know what? It's all the above, because you know what? Prince made a pathway for a lot of artists and singers and songwriters. He touched my heart personally. I met him before. Tony, she's fucking funny. She's funny. So, if this, paying homage to him and just, for mental health and have that support, that's what I'm here for. And I think everyone needs to talk to someone in life. It doesn't mean that you have a problem, but that's what makes it start a mental health. Talk to someone, or talk to a professional person. Talk to someone.
Sometimes it takes others a long time just to come out and talk, because it's just so difficult to, be vulnerable and just open up to someone you don't know. So how can we just, get past that?
Sometimes, you can't go to family because they judge you from day one. What you need to do, find someone that you can talk to and talk to them. I promise you, it means everything in the world. Talk to someone. Do not harbor that.
So, quick question. What compelled you to share your story with us?
I mean, I don't know any other way. I say it all the time. I'm not an expert at anything. I just have some experiences. And, this was just, the latest chapter in my book, some experiences that I wanted to share, because that's what I was dealing with at the time. And, I'm the type of person, I can't sit here and I can't get on the radio every day and have conversations about a whole bunch of other stuff when I'm dealing with my own issues. And, the easiest thing to do every day is be yourself. And the easiest thing to do every day is express what's going on in your mind. So that was just me expressing what was going on in my life at the time. I was going to therapy to try to get a handle on my anxiety. It was a new experience for me. I was keeping a journal of it. And, being that I have the outlet and the platform to get these books out, and, the book publishing company wanted another book, and I don't do things for money. I do things that have a purpose. I was like, why not? Why not share my experiences? Why not share my experiences with therapy and dealing with my anxiety and going to therapy and realizing, like, damn, now I got other issues that I got to deal with, like my PTSD and trauma from things that happened to me when I was younger, issues with my pops, whatever it was. I'm like, why not share it? Because, I feel like there's nothing wasted in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, any experience can be used either as a teachable moment for me or somebody else. So why not?
And with so many mass shootings occurring, it's being reported at least 60% of them have been dealing with mental issues. As a community, do you think we should be more empathetic towards the assailants?
Yeah, man, you know, that's such an interesting question, because when the good brother Nipsey Hussle died, God bless the dead, when I watched that video, which I didn't want to watch because I feel like that adds a whole nother layer of trauma to things, but somebody sent it to me and I didn't know what it was, so I clicked on it and I was watching it, and I didn't know that I was going to have not only, you know, great remorse and sadness for Nipsey, but also empathy for the man who shot him. Because when I saw that guy kick Nipsey, I said to myself, man, that brother is hurting in a different way. Like he has a different level of pain with him. He has a different level of trauma with him, that he could hate somebody that much, to after you shoot them multiple times, to just kick them. And so when I saw that, I said to myself, man, you got a bunch of brothers in the hood who have pain that they haven't dealt with, who have traumas that they haven't dealt with, they have hurt they haven't dealt with, and hurt people. And we end up just redistributing that pain to people who look like us. So, yeah, man, I do have empathy for people who hurt people in that way. You know, when I see these mass shootings and stuff like that, I do wonder, like, damn, what was going on in that person's mind, the way they decided to throw it all away just like that. You know, so yeah.
We are here at the Boris Henson Foundation. How are you this evening?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm well, thank you very much. So I have a quick question. So why do you think there's a stigma around mental health illnesses in the Black community?
These are all good questions. I just have been saying, 300-400 years of compacting down into a small space may have something to do with it. I'm so glad we're at a point in our history now where we can discuss our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical wellness and health. It's so important.
Thank you. And it's being reported that at least 60% of these mass shootings, the assailants, they have some type of mental illness they're dealing with. What can we as a community do to maybe help, or should we feel more empathetic towards them? What do you think about that?
That's a good question. I think that events like this, what Taraji is doing, what the foundation is doing, is trying to shine a light on getting the dialogue going, because that is everything. To be able to talk about how you feel is everything. I think that's step one.
And I hear that because I feel like I've known so many people who've taken years to actually come out and speak about what's going on with them, especially I feel Black men, because there's such a stigma that Black men have to be strong, so it's kind of more difficult for them to open up and have that discussion. So what do you think we can do to maybe, help with that?
We can do, I think for Black women as well, because we know that and have to shoulder that. The dialogue is everything, and the conversations are everything. To be able to say, I feel sad, I feel depressed, I don't know where to go, that's key. That's key.
So, quick question, other than that, can we, the fans, expect any music coming from you anytime soon?
Sure, within the next year. I think I have a lot of stuff going on this summer. But the album is out now, and it's called Honestly, and they can reach me at all my socials, Lalah Hathaway. It's LALAH.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us. Have a good evening. This is Cavell with MadFlavortv. I'm here with Isan Abba. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. So we hear that you are the ambassador for the Golden Globes. How are you going to use that platform in regards to mental health?
Well, I'm doing it right now. I did a panel today. So after that, I definitely want to continue this work and, bring awareness to mental illness.
Thank you. And we also hear that you want to become involved in the film industry, not as an actor, but how would you, go about, or what role would you play?
I do want to be an actress, actually. Well, and then in college, I'm going to study film and television so that, I can take over my dad's production company, Green Door, and then just make films of my own.
And what advice has he given you so far?
We haven't really gotten to the advice part, but he's definitely one of those people that wants me to strive to be the best.
Why do you think there's such a stigma regarding mental health illness in the Black community?
Because we've never talked about it. We still haven't dealt with the 400 years of trauma from slavery. So now we have these microaggressions that have been happening since then, and we're still not dealing with that. So that's not a healthy environment. That's not a healthy place to live in.
Other than talking about it, what other ways do you think we can begin to deal with these issues?
I think we attack it in the school system with the children. It should be a part of the curricula, just like sex education is, physical education. Why can't we teach our children about mental health? And if we touch the children, then they have to go home and do the homework with the parents. So now you're affecting the children and their parents. Because now I have a homework assignment that you have to help me with, so we have to talk about it.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us. Have a good evening. Thank you.